HeyParis here, and today I wanted to do something a little bit different here on my channel. I know a lot of people are curious about me working at Sephora. A lot of people actually got the wrong impression. They really thought that I hated working at Sephora, when Sephora was actually my favorite job, my favorite retail job that I've ever had in my entire life. It's a lot of fun working there. The only reason why I didn't like working there was the people that worked there. It had nothing to do with the job itself. I love the job. I love working at Sephora, and I would definitely recommend Sephora to anyone who's into makeup or into perfumes, into skincare, who wants to build their knowledge and have fun in their work environment. You wake up every morning and you're not upset to go to work, basically, because you're doing what you love. And I was supposed to be doing my how to get a job at Sephora video, but I completely forgot about it. But you guys remind me every single day in my Instagram DM. So I'm definitely going to do that for you guys this week. But before that video, I wanted to put this video out, okay? I wanted to tell you guys a little bit of juicy tea, a little bit of secret that Sephora employees don't want you to know. Yes, I am spilling all the tea. So if you guys didn't know, I worked at Sephora for around a year, and I have a video on why I quit Sephora. It's in my, if you go on my channel, you check it out, search Sephora, it will come up. And for whatever reason, that video got people in my Sephora location in trouble. I don't know why, because I don't even know the manager, but that's a completely different situation, different video, okay? And before I go on with the list, I'm going to say I've only worked at one Sephora location, so all of these quote-unquote secrets, they don't apply to every Sephora. I believe that there are Sephoras at locations that are super professional. They know what they're doing, no games, no nothing. So everything that I'm telling you right now is about the location that I worked at and what I experienced and saw as an employee at that specific Sephora location. So this does not go for all Sephora locations. This is just my experience and the little secrets and tea that I saw and found out from working there. Okay, guys? So here are the top 10 things that Sephora employees do not want you to know. Number 1. If you guys haven't noticed, when you go into Sephora, all the employees have a headset. This headset attaches to their ear and it's stuck on the side of their pockets of their uniforms or their pants of their uniforms, and that's their means of communicating with each other, okay? The way that this headset is supposed to be used is to be like, there's a client over at Anastasia looking for highlighters, anyone available to assist that client. That's usually how the communication goes in the headset. Like, there's a client looking for a mini makeover at the beauty studio, is there anyone available to help them? And then someone replies back, yes, I'm here to help the client, I'll be there in 2 minutes. Okay, that's how they communicate with each other, because normally in Sephora everyone is busy. The Sephora I worked at misused the headsets beyond belief. So although they're supposed to be using the headsets for professional uses, some employees like to talk about customers in the headset. I did not participate. I didn't talk to anyone in my Sephora, anyone. The personality you see here was not me at Sephora. I was very quiet at Sephora, very to myself at Sephora, didn't really speak to anyone unless I was spoken to, so I did not participate in this. There are people who used to make fun of customers in Sephora, and the sad part about it is it wasn't normally the normal castmate, it was like the DIC. And when I say DICs, I'm not talking about the actual managers, I'm talking about the upper class elevated cast members, the cast members that have been there for a while and got the position of DIC for an hour. They would be like, I'm gonna give you an example. There was, and anyone from my Sephora watching this knows I'm not lying, okay? So, I'm spilling the tea. I'm gonna give you guys an example. There's one girl who used to come into our Sephora all the time, and she had this beautiful blonde hair, really curly blonde hair. They called this poor girl Ramen Noodle. They called her Ramen Noodle because her hair was curly and blonde. I was looking at them like, I don't understand why you're working in a beauty industry and you're making fun of people, but that's none of my business. I didn't participate, and I found it extremely rude and offensive because I would not want to go into a Sephora and someone calling me blueberry head. Like, that's not cute, that's not nice, and karma's a bitch. Just know that. okay? They also use the headsets to watch you. If you seem suspicious or they suspect that you might be stealing, you might notice people watching you or a number of people approaching you and asking you if you need help with anything. That's normally because the DIC sees you and for some reason they're like, we need to keep an eye out on this person. And the thing is, they're not slick about it. There's about 5 people watching you from every corner, and that's how you know that you're being mentioned in the headset, okay? Just a heads up. Not to mention 95% of the time the person is not stealing. They're just shopping for makeup or browsing, but again, none of my business. Number 2, have you ever been to a Sephora and you were like, I want the Anastasia Beverly Hills highlighter palette. You go to a employee at Sephora and you're like, do you guys have it in stock? And she says no. Some of the time, not most of the time, but some of the time, Sephora definitely has it in stock, but that person is keeping it on hold for a friend or themselves, and you as a customer would never know. Not to mention, I'm not sure if it's just my location, but there's a policy where you're actually not allowed to keep anything on hold. You have to buy anything you want to buy at the end of the day. But most people, some people, managers didn't know this, would hide products in the places they weren't supposed to be in order to buy the product for themselves because they knew that it was going to be sold out. For example, the Anastasia Beverly Hills highlighter was very, very popular when it first came out. Everyone was coming to the store to get it, and I'm pretty sure at least half of the staff in Sephora hid it somewhere so that they can buy it so the customer wasn't able to get it. And to avoid getting in trouble, some employees would even get their friends or their family members to come into the store, put the item on hold for 24 hours, and then purchase it within the 24 hours after the person never came, but the person was a family member, so I mean, it was kind of the plan. Number 3, this didn't happen often, but it did happen. So I'm gonna give you guys a little tip on hygiene at Sephora. Some of the makeup artists at Sephora don't clean their brushes after they use it on a different client. So just watch your makeup artist and see that they're cleaning the brush before they use it on your skin, because that's an easy way to get pimples. Like, who wants to use a brush from a stranger? That's disgusting. But it does happen. Some makeup artists are just lazy. They don't clean their brushes before using it on you. And I've seen it before and it's disgusting. It's nasty. It's nasty. Number 4. A lot of you guys might know this, but a lot of you guys might not know this. So any product in Sephora you can get a sample of. As long as it's squeezable, pushable, sprayable, you're able to get a sample of it. The only things you're not able to get a sample of is like dip brow, anything in a pod that you have to twist and like actually scrape out. But you can get samples of glitter, you can get samples of perfume, you can get samples of skincare, you can get samples of basically anything, you know, other than like eyeliners and lipstick and stuff like that, but you can get samples of lip gloss, and you can get a total of 3 samples per day. So if you're ever wondering, like, I wonder if this eye cream is gonna work for me, is it gonna make me break out or anything like that, you could always get a sample first, try it out, and then come back to the store and buy a full bottle if you feel like it. If not, then that's fine. You know, you didn't waste your money, you didn't waste your time. Number 5, not all of the makeup artists at Sephora are trained makeup artists. I feel like a majority of them are self-taught and a majority of them have never gone to school for makeup. I think there was about 3 or 4 cast members when I was working at my Sephora location who actually went to school for makeup. So I know a lot of people are commenting on my Why I Quit Sephora video about how they feel very awkward going into Sephora because they're all these like professional makeup artists. No, they're not. Most of them is not. Most of them are self-taught, and it's not a requirement from Sephora for you to be a makeup artist or have gone to school for makeup. You don't have to have any type of makeup experience at all to be working at Sephora. You need to be 18 or older and just walk in there with a beat face. That's all I gotta say. And I'll talk about that more in my How to Get a Job at Sephora video for you guys. Number 6. A lot of you guys might have heard this from other YouTube videos and stuff like that, and maybe you're skeptical, maybe you're not, maybe you work at Sephora and you're just watching this because you want to know the tea, but all Sephora employees do get gratis. If you guys don't know what gratis is, it's free makeup. We get free makeup almost every single month. It's a bag of makeup filled with assorted variety of things, normally things that they want you to promote, so they give you that product so you can try it so that you know how it works and how it feels and the best way to use it so that you can talk to your client about that product and it's easier to sell. So yeah, it is true. We did get free makeup at Sephora every month, or even sometimes you could just ask them if you want your bin and they'll give you your bin. So basically, everyone in the store has a bin and full-sized makeup from brands and companies to give to their employees, and you just get free makeup. One day they just gonna hand you a bag and it's gonna have a shitload of makeup in it. Number 7. Okay, this is a juicy one. This is a real juicy one. Have you ever been to Sephora and you felt like an employee there was pushing something on you and it's like, but I don't want that, so why you keep mentioning that? I don't need it. Might be because there's a contest going on. At Sephora, they hold contests like maybe on a monthly basis, maybe every 3 weeks, something like that, where employees are encouraged to sell certain products from certain lines or a certain brand for that day in order to win free makeup. So if you see someone really pushing you to buy a Makeup Forever eyeliner and you're like, but I don't need eyeliner, I'm asking for mascara, and they're like, but this eyeliner is gonna go perfectly with it, it's probably a contest. Let me give you an example. Around the Christmas time at my Sephora location, they had a contest where you had to basically, like, you get a sheet of paper, you put it in your pocket, and basically you have to sell a product from each line starting with each alphabet of, each letter of the alphabet. So you start with A. So the first thing you're gonna do is try to sell something from Anastasia. Oh, you go to your client, you're like, oh, we got this new Anastasia lip gloss, you're gonna love it, let me show it to you. The client says, okay, I'm gonna buy it. They grab it, you check off the A, Anastasia. You go to B now. What brand starts with B? Let me see, hold on. Bobbi Brown. So now you're gonna go over to Bobbi Brown and you're gonna find a Bobbi Brown concealer, and you're like, go to another client, this Bobbi Brown concealer, oh my goodness, I'm wearing it today even though you're not, and you're gonna love it, you need to buy it. They buy it. B. Whoever reaches the most at the end of their shift gets free makeup. You could either get a free bottle of perfume, free makeup, you get to choose whatever you want from the makeup bin. And that's not the only type of contest they have. They also have tic-tac-toe, where it's on a sheet of paper, and when you get a line of the same thingamajig, for instance, one would say give a free mini makeover, the next would say sell a Bobbi Brown product, the next would say sell a perfume. Once you get 4 in a row, you get free makeup. So yeah, if you've ever wondered why is this woman pushing lipstick when I asked for foundation on me, that's probably the reason why. There's a little tea for you. Number 8. 6, 7, 8. Okay, yeah, number 8. If you've ever been disappointed with service at Sephora, you can easily get the person who made you feel uncomfortable or they gave you bad customer service. You can easily get them talked to by their manager by asking for a CLI. If you've ever been to Sephora and you got a mini makeover or someone's been helping you for a long time, they normally give it to you, but if they give you bad service and you didn't like it and you're like really upset with them, they probably won't give it to you. A CLI is a little card that has the store number and the person who helped you's name on it. It also has a website. The website on the card allows you to rate your customer service experience at Sephora from 1 to 5, and you can write down what you hated or write down what you like, and that CLI goes straight to the manager of the store that you're complaining about or recognizing for their good customer service. And the person who you didn't enjoy as a makeup artist or a salesperson or whatever, they'll be taken into the back room and the manager will speak to them about what is on the CLI. And if you loved your customer service, you can also do the same thing and they will be recognized for their hard work. Some of you guys might have known that if you're a real Sephora shopper, but a lot of you guys probably won't if you're just an in and out shopper. You just grab something and leave, you probably wouldn't know that. Number 9. When you're at the cashier at Sephora, they should always have samples for you. So you can always ask for samples, even though they should put the samples in there without you having to ask. But they usually have perfume samples or skincare samples in a little bin that they throw in your bag when you're leaving the store. So next time you're at Sephora, you can look in your bag, and if there's no samples in there, just be like, hey, I was wondering, do you have any samples? And they'll just throw some samples in there for you, even though, like I said, you shouldn't have to ask. And if you're an avid like Sephora shopper, you'll probably know number 10 as well. Number 10 is that once you become a VIB, which means that you spend, I'm so like, my brain is so farted from this because I haven't worked at Sephora for a while, but I think it's, I want to say 500. I think it's $500. I think it's $500. Once you spend $500, I could be completely wrong. If I'm wrong, just correct me in the comment section down below and I'll put it in the description that I was wrong. But I think it's $500 once you become VIB. You get a free makeover. So that means that you can go to Sephora, they'll do your full face for free once you bring the VIB free makeover card to them. And that card, although it has an expiry date on the back, it never expires. They'll never decline you a free makeover if you just go and say, hey, I didn't even realize there was an expiry date on here, like I was looking forward to this makeover. They will not deny you. So if you have one of those cards, I hope you didn't throw it away because it never ever expires, ever. Well, at least my location said it never expires. They said if anyone comes in with one, just take it. Doesn't matter what the date is on the back. And that is 10 things that Sephora employees don't want you to know. Not necessarily don't want you to know, but like 10 secrets that you might not have known about Sephora. There you go. You got it. And now that I spilled the tea on Sephora, I want y'all to spill the tea on wherever you guys work, okay? I want the comment section to be filled with like 5 things that wherever you work, they don't want you to know. So that could be McDonald's. I'm so interested to know what McDonald's don't want you to know. Do they drop the burgers and put it back in the bun and sell it to you? What's going on? I want to know. So leave a comment down below and let me know 5 things that the job that you worked at or you got fired from or you currently still work at doesn't want us as the consumers to know. If you guys have any questions about anything that I said today, leave it in the comment section down below as well. I'm going to be answering a bunch of questions 2 hours after I post this video because that's normally where all the comments come in. In the beginning, it's just people saying first or notification gang, where you at? So I'm going to come back in 2 hours and see what questions you guys have for me. Also, if you have any questions that you want me to answer on the how to get a job at Sephora video that I'm going to be doing this week, also leave it in the comment section down below and I'll write down a bunch of them and answer them at the end of my how to get a job at Sephora video. Make sure you follow me on Snapchat, Twitter, Instagram. All that jazz is in the description box down below. I love you guys so much. So much. Oh wait, let me just say something. I'm going to be doing a story about encountering some of my subscribers and some of the funny things that happened when they saw me, probably tomorrow. So you guys keep an eye out for that. And remember, none of my story times are no longer going to be titled story time. It'll just be the title. So don't be looking out for the word story time anymore because they won't be in the title anymore. But that's gonna be tomorrow anyway, so just keep your eye out for that. Love you guys so much. Don't gotta tell you twice, and I'll see you on the flip side. Bye guys.